Yo, what's up, guys? It's David back here for another video today. And in today's video, I just want to talk about very important question that I think it's one of the topics of I think someone brought up to me in one of my past videos where I asked you guys what kind of videos you want me to make. And one of those was a day in the life. I'll get one of those eventually. But I want to answer a question that has to do with a day in the life, and in a way, it basically kind of answers that question. But so the way I'm going to answer that, or the way I'm going to address part of that question, is by asking the question: should you or should you not become an entrepreneur or an employee? And my answer to that is it depends. And that might not be the answer you want to hear. That might not be the answer you want to listen to, or it might confuse you even more. It might just say, give you the reaction of what the heck, like I'm probably gonna title this video, should you be an entrepreneur or not? And really the answer is it depends, because it depends on so many different things, like who you are, your background, your income, your skill set, your personality, what you want out of your life, what your goals and your purpose, and whatever things you really, really want, the things that actually make you, I hate saying the words, happy and fulfilled, which a lot of people use, but it's true though. And reflecting back in the last 2 years this morning, as I actually started to work again at my part-time job at a school, and it kind of just brought up that idea because, I'm kind of an part-time employee and an entrepreneur at the same time, and I kind of feel like I have some say in giving my opinion at this point, since I kind of do both. And at first, before I got the job I got earlier this calendar year, I had the opinion that, fuck jobs, fuck being an employee. You're a slave if you're an employee, and you'll never be happy that way. And, I had the mindset of it's all about money, it's all about freedom, all this and that. That's the main reason why a lot of people get into entrepreneurship, at least in the sense of what we see online on Instagram, YouTube, like the guy you're watching this video on right now. I'm not gonna lie, a lot of it has to do with money and just being free. But what does that mean even? Are we really free? Let's look at it from this perspective. When you're an entrepreneur, you're saying you're a problem solver and that you're basically on your own. You're your last and only line of defense more often than not, especially when you're starting out. If you don't make money, then you don't make money. You can't pay the bills. You can't put food on the table. And you spend a lot of time stressing. You work a long days, to get your business up and running. And there's no guarantee in anything. No matter who tells you that you'll always make it, that's not true. Business is business, and it's not. It's not hard. It's not. It's also not easy. It's simple. It's not easy though, and the actual execution and the thing, all the factors that contribute to success in business, not always in your control. A lot of things are in your control, but there's still some luck involved. That's also why you hear people say, as long as you don't quit, you probably will find success. And I believe that's true. I don't disagree with that. But it takes a certain type of person. It takes certain drive to be one. Because it's insane, actually, when you really think of what we do. Working long hours for nothing almost. Like, honestly, most entrepreneurs probably make less than 9 to 5 employees, and that's just the truth. I think that actually is a real statistic. You can look it up somewhere. The reason I bring this up is because I used to be the guy that always said that everything's just about making money, being free, just basically following along the same script. Like, ironically, when people, especially internet entrepreneurs, who try to make money on the internet, selling shit online, or whatever method of making money online they do, typically they do it for selfish reasons. I do things for selfish reasons too, just like filming this video. We all do, we're human. Take a step back for a second though. The reason why we do those things is we try to escape a 9 to 5 or whatever job or whatever wage slavery or whatever a lot of it you guys call it, or what people in this entrepreneur space would call it, especially in the internet. But is it though? Is it really slavery though? Because I've seen from coworkers, I've seen from my own family that they're pretty satisfied. They feel happy and fulfilled. There's a lot of benefits of not being an entrepreneur. Like, you go to work 9 to 5, but the rest of the time you have off. Weekends you don't worry about anything. Entrepreneur, you're constant. It's a 24/7 thing. Like, things can go wrong, and you don't. It's not a consistent thing. And you can do both. You can be both an employee and build a business on the side, which is what I'm kind of doing now. That's one thing I wish I started earlier after I graduated college. I wish I focused more on getting a higher paying job before I left college, and I would have built my businesses on the side. I would have done that looking back at it. A point aside here, it's not for everyone, and I know it's a cliche, no shit answer, Captain Obvious, but just explaining these things to you, I would say, I've seen my coworkers are very happy. I'm around a lot of teachers, moms, who have kids and all that. People are just happy to be at work. They're happy to help kids, serve kids, teach them, to be coaches, maybe if they're a sports coach as well, a lot of them. And they're very happy people. They're not making like a lot of money. They make enough to make a living, live on their own, all that, just like most people. Probably an average $50,000 to $60,000 a year wage, like most. I think that the average employee salary is somewhere around that. Maybe it's a little actually lower than that, but they're happy people. They're fulfilled. They go into work happy every day. And there's something to be said about just wanting to be happy and fulfilled. You can't necessarily buy that. In a way you can. I do agree you can buy happiness. Hey, buying extra burrito at Chipotle, getting guacamole at Chipotle. It could be being able to buy something nice for your parents. It could be able to be enjoying a nice dinner out with your girlfriend. That is happiness. You can buy happiness, but you can't buy fulfillment. You can't buy long-term peace. You can't buy that. No matter how much money you have, I realize that. Those things you can't be bought. The truth behind all those things usually, every single one of those things usually comes from one thing. Just one thing only. You probably already know what it is. I've said this, I've talked about this concept many times. Applies to everything you do, business, your life, everything. And that's people. That's really true. You can't get around that. You can't get around making money without involving other people. You can't. You can't have relationships without other people involved. You almost can't have anything without people involved. You can't build great teams, organizations, empires. You can't do it on your own. Whoever says that you can do everything alone is... I'm not saying you're lying, but I'm just saying it's a little the statements are a little misguided, a little bit off in the way that the message is trying to be portrayed. And I totally get the whole self-made thing, you start from nothing. But again, who's the person that gives you money? The people that you serve in your business, at your workplace, in your job, in your role, whether it's as a parent, as a kid, as a student. Like, every single one of us as humans is serving a role in this world. And maybe you like or don't like your role, but you are serving a purpose. And in a way, that does bring fulfillment and happiness, because I think I read a study before where once you retire, usually most people die when they usually retire. Not just physically, but spiritually, because when you leave work, especially if you've been an employee for your entire life since, I don't know, after college to, I don't know, let's say 40 to 50 years working, that gave you, may not necessarily fulfillment, but gave you a sense of purpose. You had something you actually looked forward to. You had something that occupied you. When that's all gone, it's gone, You feel empty inside. And sometimes I get that feeling too, I've lost a lot of relationships, a lot of friendships I never really had the ability to foster and really grow, because, actually, I'll dive deeper into this in another video. I might just make make videos every single day this week. I'm kind of in that mood right now, but it can come from anything, relationships matter, and that's something that I do greatly regret. My past, just people I've met here and there, just not really keeping up with people. It's kind of like kind of knew you, but I don't know you anymore. Haven't talked to you in years. I've had many of those from college, high school, especially college. Like I didn't burn the relationships. I just never kept up with them because I got so lost in my own head. I was too afraid to be myself to open up. And that's a totally different topic for another video. I will make videos about that this week. I promise you that. Because I will dive into some very deep insecurities and dark things about my life and myself. That I will actually, I actually want to write a book about everything I've gone through, like, in my life at some point. And that is something I want to do before I die. Because I think it would really help a lot of people. Both for my selfish reasons, maybe I make some money off of it, but I honestly, genuinely think the experiences I've gone through can really help a lot of people out there. And I know I sound kind of down when I'm talking. I'm sorry, I'm just so tired. I'm not used to working, but we're waking up as early as I've had to, but what was I gonna say? Fuck. I don't know, I make these videos on the fly, so I don't really think much. Yeah, fulfilling a purpose, having relationships with other people. That's what matters more than anything. It's honestly, ironically, how you actually make a lot of money too, and have success. Not by isolating yourself, but by becoming a part of something bigger, by serving other people. That's where we find our greatest fulfillment and happiness. And ironically, you actually get paid the best for that too. So, yeah, to be an entrepreneur or to be not an entrepreneur, I can't decide that for you, only you can. You can be both. You can try to be an entrepreneur. You can give it a shot. And here's one thing I will say about that. I just define an entrepreneur as a problem solver of any sort, or a creative person. So you have any creativity, you have any creative urges, go for it. I urge you to go for it. Don't do it at the risk at losing your sanity like I did of not getting a job and just banking it it's going to work out right off the bat. Don't do that, I promise. You'll drive yourself nuts. Don't sacrifice all your friendships or relationships for it, especially if they're worthwhile to you. But do what is ultimately best for you, because no matter what anyone tells you, like even me including, I can't live your life. I can't choose for you what makes you actually happy. For you, it might just be raising a family. It could be as simple as that, or just having a job, stable income, and taking care of your dog or something, honestly, or taking care of your parents. It doesn't have to be anything complex. It doesn't have to be you becoming a millionaire or being worth 9 figures or a billionaire. Fuck that shit. Even fuck the concept of saying you have to be a certain thing. Just be you, man. Just, if that makes you happy, of course. Because for me, I prefer to have a little more money, so I don't have the urge to like feel insecure. Not insecure, but feel like I'm gonna go broke. I don't really like that feeling. That's why I pursue money a lot. I'll go into that in another video, of course. But whatever it is, man, that you want to do, or girl, you're watching this video, please, I urge you, do not just do what everyone else is telling you to do just because they're doing it or because they say this is right or wrong. That goes for both sides. A lot of people say, fuck 9 to 5 jobs. A lot of people also say, you can't be an entrepreneur. They're both right or wrong depending on your perspective. I honestly say you could be either. You could be both even. It might even be the best thing if you really want. Because it gives you the ability to pursue your creative endeavors and passions, while also giving you a little security and freedom to do so, because you don't have to worry about stuff like paying the bills like I did and all that. I honestly would not wish it on anyone. You're gonna struggle, of course, either way. Things are not easy. You can, like, both paths have their up and downs, and that's part of life. Just go through it and enjoy it. Embrace it, because that's what makes life fun, actually. The challenges, the things we go through. And I'll get into this in another video where I used to think that I need to make this amount and then I'll be happy. Or I need to get this girl and then I'll be happy. That's not how life works. It really isn't. I'll dive into that in another video. At least I shouldn't say that's not how it works, but That's not how life usually progresses, as more of the accurate statement. But yeah, and I'm kind of rambling on now. I don't know what I'm talking about at this point, but thanks for listening to me. I really appreciate you if you listened this far. If you have listened this far, type in the comments section below, I have listened this far, and leave me a comment of what you think of this video or anything else you want me to talk about, in general, anything. So yeah, if you like this video, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Thumbs up. If you're not subscribed to my channel already, make sure you hit that red subscribe button down below, or it's red somewhere on the screen. And with that said, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.